Average Joe's Media proudly presents the podcast Things You Think You Don't Care About, featuring the Average Joe and the Average Joe Boo. That's fair. It's in the game. I've heard it both ways. Keep it clean. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Average Joe's Media. I am the Average Joe Boo, and I'm here today by myself, alone in the studio, taking care of, making sure that you guys have access to the Pig Latin Challenge, as previously mentioned on our last episode, our most recent episode, the Pig Latin Experiment. So ultimately that challenge came into being spontaneously because, kind of the episode became a little bit of a spontaneous thing. So my daughters were here in the studio helping us test a couple things with this new video setup, and Joe and Cameron were talking in British accents, and then Joe asked, "Do you know Pig Latin?" And the girls were like, "Huh? What is that?" And Joe tried to give her a little bit of a taste of Pig Latin, and we just said, why don't we do an episode on Pig Latin? So we did. And, it didn't ultimately turn out to be the entire episode, but it turned out to be enough to where we spontaneously decided, you know what, let's just see what we can do in terms of making a challenge, making a bit of a challenge. So, ultimately, the Pig Latin thing that I remember most is in The Office. There's an episode when Andy tries to woo Pam. Jim tells him everything she hates. Pig Latin is one of those. So let's see if we can get that playing real quick. This is what he says. He asks her the question, "What do you think, Pam?"
Wait, ude uye inkte ampe. Wait, ude uye inkte ampe. Wait, ude uye inkte ampe.
Okay, so that's what he says. I played it 3 times just to see maybe if you could hear it, but ultimately we have this thing where it's a made up language. See maybe if you could hear it, but it's a made up language. Oh, there's the Facebook Live. It's coming through. There we go. All right, so what we said on the podcast about the challenge was we'd make a couple questions related to previous episodes, except those questions would be completely in Pig Latin. And so I got 2 questions ready to go here in Pig Latin, or at least what I tried to make into Pig Latin. I'm going to do my best to read them as fluently as possible. I'll probably get a little bit hung up on a couple things, but that's no big deal. Make sure you pay attention to what's asked, and there is a correct answer to both these questions. The first person to get both answers correct for these questions will receive Average Joe's Media merchandise. We'll give you a t-shirt, a shot glass. We have some stickers available. We also have a mug, like a coffee mug for you. And, first person to get both of these correct, all you got to do is in the comments, make sure you comment and, give us an answer. That answer does not need to be in Pig Latin, though. It needs to be in English. That way we can see, what you're actually answering, because I think this Pig Latin thing has some different interpretations across the way. So ultimately, here's the first question. Utwe oracte, ide, adike, urgenke, ase udwe, ibe ine, urhe isle, ave hite, radisge, uvime, ave ale, imte. So there's question number 1. I probably didn't put the inflection on it with the question mark there at the end, but that's okay. I mean, that happens. Sometimes in this world of technology and shortcuts, we don't really, put punctuation where it belongs. So, but that was the first question. And here goes question number 2, if you're ready for it. Listen to this video back, see if you can write these things down and interpret it in some way. See if there's a Pig Latin translator out there somewhere. I'm not sure. So here we go. Utwe, Ederle, Ide, Oj, Ase, Edidne, Ote, Ebe, Islandse, Inwe, Alkingte, Baute, Ime, Ottersday, Oddcastpe, Aimne. That's question number 2. So ultimately, hopefully, you got quite a bit out of these questions. Maybe you know what? Maybe you've never been exposed to Pig Latin in such a way that that you actually had to maybe listen to it and figure out what was being said. So this is the Pig Latin Challenge, and the 2 questions are out there. And message us. Let us know what the answers are, what you think the answers are. We'll let you know if you're right or wrong. And the first person to get both answers correct, will receive some Average Joe's Media swag or merchandise. And just make sure that you tell us how you want to get it to you. Until next time, I'm the Average Joe Boo. Make sure you check us out. This is Average Joe's Media. Make sure you check us out. Things You Think You Don't Care About is the name of the podcast. Like, listen, share, subscribe. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn. Check out our Facebook page. Share our Facebook page. Check us out on Instagram at Average Joe's Media. This video will be on YouTube as well. And our home website there, WordPress and Buzzsprout. Until next time, keep it clean.